Welcome back, everybody. This is Home Live, the voice of the Handyman Club of America. I'm here with Court Stoskop at PCBC in San Francisco, the Pacific Coast Builders Conference. Now, like what we've done in the past, we got all these trade shows and we expose what we see because it's really only a trade-only event. And we're so fortunate to be talking to Beth Wallack.
That's right.
From the world of Moen.
Yes.
Well, thank you for being on the show.
Thanks for having me. Glad to be here.
And, you know, the reason we've brought you into the booth is to talk about a new product that you have.
Yep.
And I guess back home I'd say Arbor.
Or Arbor.
Or Arbor.
Right.
Arbor. Now, you know, this is what we're about to tell you guys is it's a real practical faucet for your kitchen or your laundry.
Right.
And it's something that I think people are familiar with, you know, if they walk backstage in a kitchen restaurant where you grab the front part of the faucet, pull it out, it's a cable type system.
Right.
And you can direct it to anything that you have in the sink.
Right, exactly. So we call the functionality a pull-out faucet. Mm-hmm. And what that gives you the ability is the wand actually retracts from the spout. So you can use the wand in all areas of your sink, you know, to rinse the corners. If you need to fill a pot up that's sitting on the counter.
Hose down the dog.
Exactly. Hose down the dog,
Yeah.
Right. Spray somebody in the kitchen
There
as
you
a
go.
practical joke. You have the ability to do that with this faucet.
But that's great because, you know, if you can get that, like, cord, you know what it's like, it's relatively high arced, but, you know, you get a lot of splashing around the countertop, but to direct it down into a deep sink, it really works well.
Right.
And you can get the pressure of the water right to those areas that
Absolutely.
you need it.
It's a lot more control, and you know, a lot of people are familiar with the side spray and the functionality with the side spray, and that's fine. A lot of people are happy with that, but this kind of takes that to the next level in terms of ease of use, functionality, practicality, and trying to make those everyday tasks a little more enjoyable.
But it's attractive as well. That's what I think the difference is. It's not only practical, but it does look good.
Yeah, you know, and I think at Moen we do a really good job at trying to design a total system. It's not about any one feature in particular, but kind of how all of the features work together, and then, you know, classic form and function, the aesthetics of it. The Arbor in particular is what we call a transitional style, and so it would work in a modern setting, it would work in a really traditional setting. And it's a single hole application, so you don't have a lot of holes on the countertop. That's really a trend that is popular now with the solid surfaces, and really just dresses up, you know, any kitchen, makes it just a nice crowning jewel at the sink.
Less is more. I like that description. Yeah, no, that's very cool. But you know, it can really. What's great for I think our listeners too, whether it's a new kitchen or whether they just want to upgrade what they have.
Right.
You know, depending on the whole situation in the countertop. But if you are putting a new countertop, one hole. You've got
it
the
is
faucet.
a nice looking. I mean, and it looks like it'd be simple. I assume it just has the different fixtures down below so that you can just hook up and it's no big deal.
I would say
mixer.
Start to finish, if you're taking out an old one even, it's probably about 20-25 minutes installation. Moen Faucets feature HydroLock, which is an easy installation, you know, click to connect system. So you hear an audible click when you're installing the supply lines, and you know it's all set up. I actually installed one last weekend, and I would say about 20 minutes from start to finish, and you know, replaced kind of a more traditional faucet with less functionality, and it was just amazing how much it changed the entire kitchen by adding a stylish faucet.
Very cool, very cool. And what do you call it? HydroLock, and that's Moen's.
Right, it's our quick connect system called HydroLock, and we have it on multiple products, from lavs to Roman tubs, and it's just a connection system that we have that when you kind of connect the two ends together, there's a little clip that you press with your thumb, and you get an actual audible click noise to tell you that you're all connected.
So it's like when you're looking for that tool, it's my thumb. That's what I need.
Yeah, exactly.
I need my thumb to click it.
So you have like a Moen fitting that goes to the end of your normal flexible hose that's wood hooked to the faucet, and so that you just click those together once you've installed that.
Absolutely, yep.
Oh, cool.
And it's literally just kind of a firm press of your thumb, and you get this nice audible click.
I think
Very nice.
Well, how can our listeners get to know more about the world of Moen? Because you guys make some stellar product.
Yeah, I mean, I would certainly encourage everybody to go to Moen.com. We've got a really nice website that has all of the things that you would expect in terms of product features, but we've got some nice interactive tools where you can kind of, if you're in that dreaming phase and you want to be inspired by different room designs, and try to just explore and get some ideas put together, there's some interactive tools on the website. We also have customer reviews, so you can see what other people are saying about our products. So I would just encourage Moen.com and plan to spend some time on there and get an understanding.
I think it's good for our listeners to get to use those tools because it's sometimes difficult to visualize it in their own space.
Yep.
And I think customer reviews, that's huge. Like if I'm staying at a hotel or anything like that, I really read up on that.
Sure.
And it really helps. But to have that alongside a product too, I think is really important.
Yeah.
And I think what I love about what you guys have is the fact that I'm, the DIY guy. I love, especially in this economic climate, for a lot of our listeners, they can spend a little extra to get the best of brands, and they can do it themselves.
Right.
So what they save on labor, instead of, let's say, for example, paying a $40 or $80 faucet, now I can double that and get the best or whatever it costs because I'm not paying for labor. So that's attractive in my world.
This looks simple too. I like this because I actually was looking at another manufacturer for a faucet, and it was so difficult to figure out what pieces I needed to go with that faucet, and because you had to order this piece and this piece and this piece to actually end up with a faucet. And if you didn't order them all right, you didn't end up with a faucet. And it was like impossible to figure out what you wanted. And so, I went over to Moen and I said, now this is the way to do it.
Yeah.
And it's just like you just pick it up and walk off with it. I mean, that's
Very
the way
cool.
it should be. And it's just so much simpler. It really is. I don't know why they make it so difficult.
Well, Beth, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
And 20 minutes, you did it. That's awesome.
I know, right?
And I think, anyone listening, if we can all do it like in 15 or 20 minutes, people shouldn't take any longer than a half an hour to do it.
No.
Beth, thanks for being on.
Thank you very much.
Visit Moen.com. That's the world of Moen. Thank you. It's Home Live. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned for more of the latest products for the home and tricks of the trade from master builder Carl Chapley. You're listening to Home Live Radio, voice of the Handyman Club of America.
The traffic is stuck.